There's a version of you that doesn't exist. The one who speaks fluent Spanish. The one who can play that song. The one who built that app. That version haunts you because you started becoming that person. You felt the spark. You bought the tools. You stayed up late watching tutorials. But somewhere along the way, you vanished. And now when you pass by that dusty piano, that abandoned sketchbook, those unwatched courses, you don't just see objects, you see evidence that maybe you're not the person you thought you could be, the cruelest. But let me tell you the cruelest lie society ever taught you. If you really wanted it, you wouldn't quit. That sentence plays in your head every time. You scroll past someone who made it in the thing you abandoned. It whispers when someone asks, "Hey, are you still doing that photography thing?" You have to say, "Oh, not really anymore." It screams at 2 a.m. when you're adding up all the things you started and quit wondering if the problem isn't the hobbies but you. Here's what no one tells you. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not lacking discipline. You're experiencing a predictable biological response that happens to people with a specific type of work. It's a brilliant brain. And once you understand the science behind why you quit, everything changes. Think back to the last thing you got obsessed with. Cooking, investing, digital art, fitness. Remember those first 2 weeks? Couldn't stop? You consumed every video, every article, stayed up late, woke up early, felt alive. This wasn't just a hobby. This was your calling. It's the thing that would finally stick. And then, week 3, week 4, maybe month 2, the magic disappeared. The videos felt repetitive. The practice became tedious. Excitement drained out. And that voice returned. Maybe this isn't for me. So you moved on, and the cycle repeated. Again and again, until your life became a museum of abandoned dreams. But what if this exact pattern's the same pattern in the minds of the world's greatest polymaths? Leonardo da Vinci, Benjamin Franklin, Elon Musk. They have the same brain wiring as you, the same hunger for novelty, the same dopamine-seeking system. The only difference? They learned to cross the bridge between fascination and mastery. Your brain is a drug dealer. Its drug of choice. Dopamine. When you start something new, your brain experiences what neuroscientists call reward prediction error. You expected to know nothing. But suddenly you know something. That gap floods your system with dopamine. It's intoxicating. Why beginners feel like geniuses. Why day one feels like magic. But here's the trap. Your brain doesn't care about the skill. It cares about the rate of change. Week 1, 0% to 30% understanding. Massive dopamine hit. Week 2, 30% to 50%. Still good. Week 4, 70% to 72%. Same effort. Tiny gain, your brain says. This investment is no longer profitable. It cuts off the dopamine supply. Suddenly the thing you loved feels like work. And you thinking the passion is gone quit. But you didn't lose passion. You lost the high. Your brain, desperate for another hit, starts scanning for the next new thing. This is why you can't stop starting, and why you can't stop stopping. Not missing discipline. You're missing a trained muscle. There's a region in your brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, the aMCC. I call it the Tenacity Muscle. The aMCC only activates when you do something you don't want to do. If you love the task, it sleeps. If you hate it but do it anyway, it fires. And every time it fires, it grows stronger. Now think about your life. Every time you felt bored or frustrated, what did you do? Quit? You walked away. And every time you did, you told your aMCC you're not needed. So it shrank year after year, quit after quit. Until now, even the smallest discomfort feels unbearable. A confusing paragraph? Quit. A difficult chord? Quit. A frustrating bug? Quit. It's not because you're weak. It's because your tenacity muscle has atrophied. But here's the beautiful part. You can rebuild it at any age, starting today. You don't fix this by becoming superhuman. You fix it with progressive overload. 1 rep at a time. I call it the 15%. Push next time you're working on your hobby and feel the urge to quit. Don't stop immediately. But don't power through for 3 more hours either. Push for just 15%. More. Plan to practice piano for 20 minutes but want to quit at minute 8. Go to minute 11. Then stop reading a chapter and want to quit on page 2. Read to page 3. Then stop. That tiny gap between I want to quit and I actually quit, that's the rep. That's when your aMCC activates. It's when the muscle grows. Do this every day for 6 months and that weak muscle becomes titanium. Strong enough to carry you through the boring plateaus. Strong enough to turn you from dabbler to master. There's one more enemy. Boredom Intolerance. TikTok. Instagram, YouTube Shorts, video games. These deliver dopamine faster than anything in nature. Your brain is calibrated to high-speed pleasure. So when you sit down to practice guitar or study, it feels agonizingly slow. Not because the task is boring, because your baseline for stimulation is broken. You need a dopamine reset. Phone. In another room, music off. Notifications silenced. Let yourself feel the boredom, because boredom isn't a problem. Boredom is the clean slate required for mastery. Here's my challenge. Pick one thing. It doesn't have to be your career. It doesn't have to be impressive. It just has to matter to you. Commit to it for 6 months. Not to become the best, not to go viral, but to prove something to yourself, that you are not a quitter, that your identity is not fixed. The person you gave up on is still inside you. Use the 15% push. Train your aMCC. Reset your dopamine. 6 months from now, you won't see a dabbler in the mirror. You'll see someone who crossed the bridge. Someone who kept the promise. Someone who finished. And once you've done it once, you'll know you can do it again. And again, until your life is no longer a graveyard of abandoned dreams, but a gallery of hard-won victories. The unfinished version of you is waiting. Go meet them.